This is Kim Meyer, host of Choose to Rise. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hello, everybody. It's No Filter Friday on Public House Media live from good old Petalwood, kids. You can tell I'm having a day because I've resorted to Fanta, which I never do, and it's like Fanta out of a vending machine, like an off-brand vending machine. Oh goodness. Anyway, I'm gonna take a second to share the show before we get going. Because it's a live discussion. We all talk to each other. That's the point here. Otherwise, I could just make pre-tape shows and, not deal with this Facebook live madness. All right, let's see if it'll come up. There it is. Share. Is that David Bobke? Is that you, my darling? My darling David Bobke. Anyway, okay, so that has been done. This week, oh my goodness, we have so much to talk about. Epstein, surveillance footage, Ricky Gervais, the Globes, Harvey Weinstein, Obvi, who else? By extension, Ronan Farrow, and could that possibly be it? Oh, goodness. Baxter, you're awake? What? Are you serious? Baxter, Snackster, I cannot believe it. Are you up with a screaming child or something? I can't believe you're watching my show. I'm shocked. Remember that one year that we did the Opry Golden Globe show together as a team? Oh, it feels like it was so long ago now. I think that was like 2 years ago. Anyway, it's also officially award show season here in Hollywood. Hello, people that are coming in. Can you leave me a comment so I can see who you are? Because I don't know. It just tells me the count. It doesn't show me who actually popped on in, and I want to say hello to you individually. That was amazing, me and your own show together. People have said that. They have said that the Rachel Baxter banter is what it's about. And, at Public House Media, we have a duty to give the people what they want. That's the whole idea. Anyway, so let's start with some Epstein shenanigans because, why not? Why not? It came out this morning or yesterday morning, something like that, very recently, within the past 24 to 36 hours, that the surveillance footage out, around Epstein's cell for his suicide attempts was deleted in clerical error. That is the absolute nonsense that the media and the powers that be expect you to believe. They expect you to swallow it, love it, and just digest it with a smile on your face. That is the nonsense that we're just supposed to believe that the guy who had multiple suicide attempts that led to that one fatal suicide was just a clerical error at the jail. That all of that surveillance footage is deleted in a clerical error. One of the highest profile prisoners in the joint. So that figuratively and literally. And staffing problems. Like you just can't seem to retain their surveillance footage from around Epstein's cell. They're getting so sloppy, kids. They're getting so willfully sloppy. It is comical at this point. So, with that being said, that's Epstein Network. We're gonna have to make a list here. I have my to-do list pre-doodled on. So Epstein. All right, pedo number 1, Epstein. Check. And then we have to go to old Ricky. Globes. Ricky, Globes, Harvey, and that's gonna be a lot. So we'll get to Harvey last because that's a whole other shenanigan. And because it's officially award show season, the award show season is normally longer than it is this year. The Oscars will conclude everything on February 9th because the networks don't want to compete with coverage of the Olympics. So everything is like shortened and truncated. I've never been to the Globes so butted up close to New Year's. Like, that was just, I can't believe it even happened. I was like, I didn't even put my shoes on yet, and award show season's already here. Absolutely madness. But supposedly it's the last time Ricky Gervais is going to host, and that's how I met him. Was a few years ago. Well, not a few years ago, a lot of years ago, at the HBO party after the Globes. I think I might even still have a picture of his table somewhere floating. But he's an excellent host for the Globes, and he went ham on these morons. Absolute ham. And everybody went to bed and woke up and was like, Ricky Gervais is a blah, 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 blah. And it's like, truth hurts, yo. Like, his monologue was so fantastic. Up to and including that Judi Dench joke that they just put in there for fun. That was definitely a writer's joke. That wasn't Ricky's joke for sure. But, oh my goodness. It was so spectacular. And the whole world was like, oh my God. Did he just call out all of these pedos? And here's the thing. This is planned. All these things are like well rehearsed with stand-ins, like the whole deal. So don't lose sight of that. But everything you ever see, and I've said this before, that you see in film or TV or whatever is deliberate. When you are a director, everything, every frame that shows up on screen is deliberate to the nth degree. That show is covered by a bunch, like, they have multiple cameras covering the stage, but they also have Steadicam operators floating through the audience. Go back and look at who, because the director of a situation like that is throwing, like, okay, Steadicam number 2, go push it on Portia de Rossi and Ellen DeGeneres. They have these things ready. And before the show even starts, everybody has assigned seats, and the camera rehearsed this with little, you might have seen it on Entourage, with like little cardboard cutouts in these people's seats. All of this is planned. Go back and watch Ricky Gervais's monologue and see who they cut to at certain points. It will tell you everything that you need to know about who's who, what's what, and what they've been doing, and how they feel about it now that Ricky Gervais is up here and they're like, you're all a bunch of pedophiles. He's not wrong. The truth hurts. Oh, it stung a little? Did it sting a little, pedo wood? I bet it did. I bet it did. I bet that all hit home and you're like, why can't Tina Fey and Amy Poehler host again? Man. Or can't someone just, I don't know, give Anne Hathaway and James Franco another bowl or two and let them host high out of their minds? I mean, at least they won't be making comments about who did and didn't ride on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, the Lolita Express. Oh, it was too good. It was so good. And what's even better is his Twitter feed after the show is, it's reformed Twitter for me, really, truly. It's so fantastic. So that covers Ricky Gervais and the Globes, and obviously no Weinstein party after the Globes this year, because that has no more. They're not, which is fine. Ugh, no one's gonna miss the stupid Weinstein party. It was always in like the crappiest ballroom in the Beverly Hilton, and he would serve Astro Burger. That disgusting, sweaty mess would have these parties and get up on people and force himself on people while serving Astro Burger. Like, WTF. That doesn't give, if you didn't know how gross he was, now you know. Okay, so that's our segue into Mr. Harvey. If you have not went to go look at all of the headlines from this week, just the headlines alone and the pictures and the memes, stellar. Stellar, stellar, stellar. The hashtag MeToo movement has really gotten in the meme game to win hard. Like all of these like Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself memes, perfect, amazing, and they're just going to keep coming with all of these memes of Harvey Weinstein and his stupid walker. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Remember a few 10 Harvey Weinstein shows ago? We talked about how he kept getting in trouble for letting the battery die in his little ankle bracelet, and how he was supposed to like take it with him places, and he wouldn't. Hello, people that are coming in. If you came in, can you leave me a comment so I can see who you are? Because I do this show live to talk to you, to have interaction face to face. Like that's what this is for. So say hello to me, please, in a comment. Anyway, with that being said, he got in trouble for that, and the major argument was, so you've got batteries in your cell phone. Didn't forget that. WTF. I want to tag you in every Epstein meme I see, but I'd be tagging you in like 12 memes a day. I'm fine with that, David. You can tag me in as many memes as you want on all of my Instagram accounts, on my Facebook, on my Twitter, all that stuff. All of it. You tag, baby, tag. Do it. Okay, so. Oh, hello, Ian. Ian's been on the Tagorama. Because if you look at my Facebook, is really like pictures of me and really horrible articles about terrible things going on in the world. And Ian is always very participatory, which I appreciate. Anyway, so let's get to this one. It's just too funny. Harvey Weinstein wants, this is from Vice yesterday. Harvey Weinstein wants the judge tossed for making him get off his damn phone. Harvey's been texting in court. Who is he texting? Who could you possibly be texting in court when you're on trial with a potential life sentence on 2 different coasts? New York, LA. Really? Seriously? Texting in court. You're not supposed to be on your phone in court. You're not supposed to do that. I don't know why on earth you pay these attorneys so much money if you don't abide by the rules and do what they tell you to do. Just hilarious. Okay, so we're going to go over some of the headlines for Harvey because it's too funny. It's too funny. And then we'll get into some of this other stuff. USA Today, 10 hours ago. Harvey Weinstein's lawyer judge clash in court. Charlize Theron named as a potential witness. So apparently maybe Charlize is coming in. And then also Salma Hayek has been named as a potential witness. And honestly, Salma Hayek has been very, I don't want to say vocal, but express about her experience with Harvey Weinstein and making Frida Kahlo, the Frida Kahlo movie that she made with him that she starred in, and like that was like her baby. Really, really fantastic situation. And she's been super, super express and open about her her dealings with Harvey through that movie. But here's the thing about Selma that these other chicks don't have. Salma Hayek is married to a billionaire with a B. So she's got that, she has her own money and her own Salma Hayekness. But what did she also have? She has a billionaire husband who's this like European French dude, Francois Pinault. Her husband, her longtime husband, they've been together for. Jared Safier, are you back from Thailand, buddy? Shh. I will have just missed you. You're back from Thailand. I'm leaving soon. How crazy. Anyway, so actually, you know what, Jared, do you have any Weinstein stories? I'm sure you do, about Harvey or Bob. I don't care. Let me know if you do. Any hoozles. What was I saying? Yes. Okay. So Selma Hayek stays in France most of the time with her billionaire husband. So any of these little shenanigans that Harvey can throw at other people, like spending $600,000 on like a dossier that like the Israeli Mossad made, or former KGB agents or whatever, that's some little change that they got tucked down in their like 18th couch cushion. Like that kind of stuff's not going to faze Selma. So if she does get called as a witness, this is going to be even more fun than we thought it was going to be. Because Selma Hayek has the juice everywhere. Everywhere Selma Hayek has the juice. I don't know if Charlize will say anything, but we'll see. And then really too, on the heels of Bombshell, if you didn't see Bombshell yet, go see it. On the heels of Bombshell, I don't know if that's gonna, Jelly, knock it off, stop. I don't know if that's gonna be a mitigating factor in this situation. Okay, so my favorite thing about this news scroll is Harvey and this ridiculous walker. Like how funny is this? He can barely get up the steps with it. He's hanging, like one of my favorite memes was this, and now Harvey Weinstein on the sacks, because he's like outside the courtroom, like holding on to the outdoor stairs banister. I don't know who he thinks he's fooling. You're not an actor, Mr. Weinstein. You make phone calls for money. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Okay, so let's read headlines because they're super, super fun. Harvey Weinstein's rape trial defense team wants media shut out of jury selection. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Harvey Weinstein, 5 takeaways from the first week of criminal trial. On which coast, Rolling Stone? New York or LA? One of Harvey Weinstein's possible jurors said in a court that her friend had an encounter with him. They can't even get a jury together in LA without people knowing him. Oh my goodness, this is just delightful. I'm delighted. Are you delighted? I'm delighted. When I say I'm delighted, I hear hef in my ear. Harvey Weinstein wants a new judge after he was scolding for using his cell phone in court. Once jury done, Harvey Weinstein attorney wants judge off rape case after texting jabs. Wants a new judge. And then there was a flash mob outside the courthouse, and then there's been tons of media pieces ran with some of the ladies that are formally accusing and involved in the lawsuit against Harvey. It's over 100, I think. And shout out to my friend of the show, Sarah Ann Massey, for participating in this and dealing with the craziness that came for it. But she did an article in Teen Vogue. I think they have an Atlantic article. I think the New Yorker's covering it. Like, they're getting the juice. The media juice is turning around. And it's so funny, too, because when the Harvey Stein has said this a million times, when the Harvey story first broke, we're like, they printed this? They printed this story? This actually went? Oh my God, I can't believe it. And now every story is about it. It's so wild. So there was a flash mob outside the Harvey Weinstein rape trial in New York. That was 9 hours ago. Ronan Farrow, this is from Fox, 5 hours ago. Ronan Farrow says close to 50 potential Weinstein jurors are sent home for reading his Catch and Kill. Oh my gosh. Feminists revolt outside of Weinstein's trial. This is really sad. A week before Weinstein won big at the Oscars, he assaulted 2 women. Prosecutors allege. Yeah, it's wild out in these streets. Ooh, that's a good question, Ian. Ian asked, have you heard stories or rumors of the female, maybe a producer it's older now and not good looking, who is hardcore with getting male actors on her casting couch? I've heard multiple celebrities allude to her. One was Joe Rogan on his podcast. I don't know of any female producers or such that have done that to male actors. I do I have heard of a female executive at Sony that has kind of like sexting and trapped guys who work at Sony, but they're not actors, like people that actually work on the lot. That's yet to come out in the press though, and I've only heard. Oh, hello, Alexa Polar. Thanks for coming in. Alexa, when we did that panel at your film festival with Sarah Ann and Melissa Schubert, did that end up going to the Female Filmmaker Fuse podcast? Because if so, I will promote it right now. Anyway, but to answer that, I mean, I hope that answers your question. No, I have not heard that. But I've heard other things kind of like that, but no, not specifically that. Anyway, so let us get to more of this Weinstein shenanigans. Okay, so let's talk. Oh wait, we have to talk about the Royals too. Okay, we'll close out with the Royals. Let's put that on our list. Royals. Okay, that's at the bottom of our list. Anyway, so what had happened was with this jury situation is that Harvey's legal team asked the judge if Ian says they have thrown Perv Hardy under the bus, thinking they can severe attention away from many others, in my opinion. That is partially true. The other piece of this, and this is why I've called Harvey the sacrificial lamb this entire time for 2 years now, for 100+ shows, is that the things that Harvey has done are definitely gross. They're definitely really icky, gross, despicable things. However, what everyone's going to learn about in the wake of this Harvey situation is far, far more disturbing, more grotesque, absolutely diabolical, evil stuff. Harvey is testing the waters, media-wise, general public outcry-wise, of the audience is being conditioned to deal with more and more and more trauma, if that makes sense. Anyway. And then Alexa says, no, I'm waiting to see if I have clean audio to provide for. Oh, okay. Well, at some point, we will go over that. Anyway, so back to this jury situation. So Harvey's legal team asked the judge if they could do the jury selection in private without the media, which is illegal, by the way, because you're supposed to be tried by a jury of your peers. It's like it's in the Constitution. So this has to be it's a matter of public interest. It has to be open to the public, this juror selection. So the prosecutors and the judge were like, there's literally no legal precedent for this. Why on earth would you think that we would let you select your jury in private? Stop it. There's absolutely no way. So then I think they tried to something about Gloria Allred. I mean, it's so messy. It's so messy. But in LA, they cannot get a jury together for him because everybody in town has had some sort of Weinstein situation, whether personally, by proxy, whatever. And again, LA is the biggest small town in the world. Hello, thanks for coming in. If you're just coming in, leave me a comment so I know who you are, please, so I can say hello to you. It's just, oh, what a circus. It is a 3-ring circus, yo. A 3-ring circus. I mean, it's beautiful. It's so fun to watch this play out, honestly. I mean, it couldn't be more ridiculous. So they're having a lot of people on their like jury selection cards are being like, I don't believe him. He's a pervert. Blah, 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 blah. Like, getting him a fair jury is going to be crazy. I want to be on the jury. You make a great juror, Ian. You should totally do that. Oh, man. For all the times I've gotten called for jury duty, why couldn't it have been now? Oh, my God. That would have been so fun. I'd be like, I'm not biased at all. Nope. And I would have been there and like, I would have come out of the court and be like, oh, kids. Want to know what I learned today? I would have had all the hot goss, the hottest of hot tea, spilling it. Absolutely spilling it. That would have been so much fun. Ugh. Pipe dreams. Absolute pipe dreams. Anyway, I've spent lots of time with Stanley Mosk. I can do this. I'm available for this jury. I'm so available. Anyway, they can't get a jury together. They've asked the New York trial to be, I guess, like suspended or put on hold or whatever, so they can like tie up their loose ends in LA. He's getting it coming and going, kids. Just like he used to give it. Oh, the poetic justice in here. It's too good. It's too good. Okay, so enough Harvey shenanigans. If you do nothing else, just go look at the memes of him and his stupid walker. It's just hilarious. Now, the other thing that came out really in the last, the most current news cycle, the last 24 to 36 hours, is that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are like stepping away from royal life, and they didn't tell the palace. Oh my God, they didn't tell Grandma that that they're moving out, and they're going to split their time between LA and London. This is a Kris Jenner level PR party trick, parlor trick, party in the parlor trick, whatever. This whole oh my God, Grandma didn't know. Stop it. You honestly expect us to believe this circus? That's a hilarious joke. It's a hilarious joke. They're doing everything and anything they can to distract from the fact that Prince Andrew has a living, breathing person who is caught up in a lawsuit. It was like, oh yeah, Jeff Epstein flew Prince Andrew on his plane and made me have sex with him and made me do this and made me do that. And I was underage and blah, 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 blah. Grandma didn't see that coming, but Meghan seems to be the royal family sacrificial lamb, and I guess the British media just like eats it up. So they're always like, oh, Meghan's leaving, Meghan's moving out, and blah, 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 blah. We're really going to sit here and pretend that Grandma didn't know? Stop it. What on earth do they think that we actually expect us to believe these days? I mean, this is just the theatrics this week. A1, man. A1 in the shenanigans department. I cannot believe it. So, if you see any of this coverage of the royals, especially Meghan and Harry, it's just to cover, it's just to deflect from gross Prince Andrew and his pedophile ways and the fact that they're going to have to deal with it. And with their monarchy slipping out from underneath of them. Distractions. Absolutely, they're distractions. Absolutely, that's the whole plan. But it's very Kris Jenner-esque. I mean, the Windsors are really stepping it into this century, taking a leaf out of the Kathy Hilton Kris Jenner book. Couldn't be prouder. Couldn't be prouder of them if I tried. Okay, so another fun thing. I will be gone for 2 weeks in February. I'll be gone to Thailand and India, and for all we know, we could end up in Sri Lanka. I don't know. I'll be bopping around Southeast Asia is the moral of the story. So, with that being said, I'm stacking up some episodes to leave for you in my absence. And I will, of course, post about them on social media when they come out while I am gone. But I recorded one episode the other day with my very good friend, Dr. Amy Harwick, another therapist, and her and I had a really interesting conversation about fantasies and sexuality and therapy and cultural norms and all kinds of fun stuff, because Amy and I met on, hi Brittany, thanks for coming in. Brittany and I met, not Brittany, Amy, met Brittany because she's my cousin. I met her when she was born. I met Amy when we were on this photo shoot for IGN, and you can still Google, if you Google me IGN or Amy IGN, like our photos will pop up next to each other because we shot them on the same day. So her and I met on a photo shoot a long time ago before she was a therapist, obviously. And then she's had me come like atmosphere at like Dan Bilzerian's parties and stuff like that because she does some work with like the Model Citizen Fund. But we've just known each other for a really long time. We're kind of in the same space. I'm not a therapist, obviously, but like as far as like dancing and modeling and blah 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 blah, like we're all, you know, we've been on this train, and her and I both, I always say that like in my day, blah 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 blah. She's the same way. We're OGs, or more OG double Ds, but whatever, that's fine. You get the idea. But anyway, her and I had a really fun conversation about all of those things that goes to my my Opry 100th episode kind of how-to series that's like really interview heavy. So that's going to be one of the episodes, and I haven't decided if it's going to come out on the 14th or the 24th. But just so you know in advance, that's kind of what's on the docket for February. That was kind of a lighter show, so maybe we'll save that one for the Valentine's Day show, because I'm going to be gone, away, far, far away. I'm going to be on an island far, far away. Luckily not Little St. James Island, but an island nonetheless. So that is enough #NoFilter Friday for this week. The shenanigans shall continue next week. There's no way they won't, because we just, we catch so much pomp and circumstance around here. It's absolutely bananas. So check out other shows on Public House Media. There's a couple new ones. There's a couple shows in the new year that are getting out there, or you can hit up old favorites like Choose to Rise, and CJ and Sal, I think, is still doing really well. All those, you know, Mr. Baxter's always got stuff cooking in Public House Media. So I will see you next week, again, livesies, for more No Filter Friday. Bye.